Hi, I'm Anna, and I recently released a book called 60 Simple Mindful Mandalas. It's an adult colouring book, and they're nice and simple and easy to do. And I've been creating a bunch of colouring content on TikTok, and I wanted to bring some of that to YouTube. So not long ago, I saw an Instagram reel which was about how you could do colouring books with friends as like an activity, and it's not necessarily something you have to do on your own. And that gave me like quite a few ideas, and I want to bring my content to YouTube and basically create videos of me colouring and just talking and then you joining, and it's like, come and colour with me and you can do your colouring book as well. So I'm colouring, I'm talking, and you're colouring. So that's basically the idea behind it. And I also want to do live streams too, but this will be the very first video of it. So if you're watching this now, grab your colouring book, come and colour with me, or you can literally just watch because the content should be quite satisfying. So do whatever you want to do. So I've chosen this mandala to colour, a bit random, I mean there's no specific reason, just why not? And I'm going to use some greens, and I'm going to use some like pinky purples basically. I put a piece of card behind the page so then it doesn't bleed through. That's just always something you should do basically. If you want to buy my book, if you look up my name, Anna Priest, on Amazon, or if you look up 60 Simple Mindful Mandalas, this should come up. It's quite easy to find. I'll put a link in the description of this video as well, and there's a link in my TikTok bio. So yeah, let's get into it. So I thought in this episode I would talk about self-care. I'm also scared about like messing up, because if I like say something stupid or like stumble on my words, I'm just literally gonna have to keep going. But oh well. Also I've already gone out the lines. But anyway, so I thought I would talk about self-care just because I know there's quite a few people in my life struggling with certain things, you know, just like being in their 20s and worrying about what they want to do next. And I just know there are kind of like many people that are worrying about that kind of thing. And I just think that self-care is so important. I won't go into it too much because it would just be disrespectful to go into it too much. But I have been through a breakup this week, and I've had to do an awful lot of self-care to look after myself and that kind of thing. And that's another reason why I thought, why don't I talk about self-care? So I just think in our 20s there is so much to worry about. Like, what am I going to do with my future? Or even, to be fair, when you leave school, what am I going to do with my future? What am I going to do when I'm older? And that kind of thing. And it's just so easy to fall into a trap of like worrying and worrying. Like, I hear it from my friends all the time about how they're worrying about what's next. And it's like, it's so sad because it's so difficult to live in the now when we're worrying. But I think like it's so important to do things like go on walks and have nice showers and that kind of thing. And just like, you know, I think I'm colouring this in all right. I've gone out the lines a little bit, but oh well. This one's gone a little bit. I've used it a few times, so it's a bit funny. If I use the other end, that might be a little bit better. But anyway, I think it's just so important to like take a break sometimes. And it's so hard to just not worry about the things we're worrying about. Like, it's not that easy to just be like, don't worry. But something that can really help is, like I said, doing things like going on those walks and having hot showers and meditating and that kind of thing. Like it is... Oh God, there's someone at the door. Oh God. Oh God. Okay, I'm going to stop this video and go to the door. I answered the door and it was literally just the delivery man. I can't remember what I was saying. It was just, yeah, something to do with looking after yourself. I know these videos are going to be very like rambly and just me rambling on, but that's like the point of them. Like, it's just to feel like there's someone there talking to you and like, you know, how we can colour together. But yeah, looking after yourself, like, it's so important, and that's not going to make everything go away, but it definitely makes things easier. One thing I find really helpful is going on walks. I love going on walks in nature. And I know a lot of people don't like this cold weather, but it's so good to just embrace the autumn aesthetic. Like, I love it. Like, the crispy leaves on the ground and the hot chocolates. It's just absolutely my favourite thing. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing that. If you're not a fan of the cold, be a fan of the cold. Make yourself a fan of the cold. Go outside in a nice coat and have fun. Even if it's raining, dance in the rain, you know, embrace that positivity. Anyway, I think I've become quite passionate about self-care recently, because after I finished my degree at university, over the summer, like, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, and I just became very, like, down about it. Like, I was like, I have a journalism degree, like, what am I going to do with that next? And I just didn't know. And I did a few more shifts at work, which was a retail job, and I was like, I don't know, what am I going to do? So I just decided to do a master's degree. So I stayed on at university another year, and whilst I did that, I got a job in the area of journalism. I'm now a copywriter. So if you don't know what that means, I basically write things on behalf of other people. So I basically write blogs for people for their websites. But it just got me thinking, like, why did I worry for so long? Like, life sorts itself out. It's so easy to just be like, oh, what's next? But then it comes to you, like, the universe kind of always has a plan. And I know a lot of people don't believe in that. Like, they'll be like, oh, the universe doesn't always have a plan. But, like, it does. Like, things will work out. And I think it's so sad how we spend so much time worrying. And I'm literally hearing it from everyone in my life at the moment. Like, everyone who's, like, the same age as me is, like, panicking about what's next. And I just want to, like, give everyone a big hug. It's like, it's okay. Like, we'll all work it out. But yeah, that's why it's important to look after yourself. Like, meditating is a really good one. Like, there's an app called Calm, and I use that one sometimes, where you can just basically take a breather, you know, breathe in and out, that kind of thing, bit of meditating. And it's really helpful just to do things like that, to kind of distract yourself for a few minutes from the stresses of life, you know. And another incredible form of mindfulness and looking after yourself is to do a colouring book. Like, it's so calming, colouring in the lines. It's extremely satisfying. So you should buy my book. You should. Like I said, if you just search my name on Amazon, or if you look up 60 Simple Mindful Mandalas, it should come up. It's only £6.99. I've sold 15 so far, but I think that 15 is just my friends, because I think as well my gran, I'm pretty sure she's bought quite a few to, like, give away to people for Christmas. But honestly, doing a colouring book is so good. I think a lot of the ones in the shops as well, like, they've got quite vague lines, you know, that it's not very bold. They're quite complicated, whereas mine's quite simple. Well, not quite, it is simple. You can get one mandala done in about 10 to 20 minutes. Each mandala I do usually takes me 15 if I'm concentrating and not, like, stalling on it. So yeah, if you're a bit stressed, I recommend getting yourself a colouring book if you're not doing one with me now. And yeah, you might find that it helps you. And as well, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of motivation, then self-care can, you know, mean a lot of the... I'm really confused about which colours I'm using. What the hell? Why have I got two peony purples? What? I need to work this out. I'm very confused. I'm literally an idiot. I basically put the lid on the wrong pens. I was like, where's amethyst? I found amethyst. Here it is. Anyway, yeah, if you don't have a lot of motivation, then self-care can literally mean something as simple as, I don't know, getting up and having a shower if you don't usually do that. Or if your room is messy, picking up a couple of things from the floor. Like, it's not always easy. if, you know, you're worrying about things or you're sad about something. I don't know. But I think you should give yourself a pat on the back for the small things. Like, I cleaned my room this morning. It just got really messy. I have a really small room, and sometimes I just literally turn around and I'm like, whoa, why is my room like suddenly a mess? So I cleaned my room this morning, and I was like, I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for cleaning my room. Like, that was a nice productive thing to do. So just give yourself a pat on the back for the small things, and take small steps if you're struggling. It can even be little things like complimenting yourself. I know a lot of people journal for self-care. Like, they'll have like a journaling book, and they'll write in it like, today I want to achieve this, or today I feel good because of this, or I'm grateful for this. And that can be really helpful as well, because it just gives you like a really good start to the day. Like, it's something to do in the morning, or even something to do in the evening as well, is a really good one, to be like, yeah, I've done this today and I was really proud of myself for this, blah, blah, blah. Because I think it's so easy to just like put ourselves down. That's something they tend to tell you in therapy, because I've been told that. Like, it's so easy to self-sabotage, you know, in a way that like you can just tell yourself, I'm not good enough, or I'm not doing enough, or I'm stupid. I don't know, that kind of thing. But you have to turn those negative beliefs into more positive beliefs. So instead of like, you know, you might make a mistake and you might think, oh, I'm stupid, I now like hate myself for that. Instead of thinking that, just think everyone makes mistakes. Like, I'll work it out, I won't do that next time. You know, it's just literally sometimes the small things. So self-care and looking after yourself doesn't have to mean, right, you know, it's time to just make myself completely better and make all my worries go away. No, that's not what it is. Self-care is just about looking after yourself and taking small steps to do that. But anyway, yeah, I feel like I've just kind of rambled on, because I think that's what I want these videos to be. Just like me rambling. It's like you're hearing your friend on FaceTime. I want it to be a nice, friendly, safe space where you can get your colouring book and just come and listen to me talk. But if there's anything you'd like to see in these videos, like maybe some kind of time lapse of me talking over the top, I don't know. Like, if you just have any ideas, let me know. And at the moment I'm posting a lot on my TikTok, which I'll put in the description, but it's Anna Priest 6. So if you look at my TikTok, there's a bunch of satisfying content. It's not getting a ton of views at the moment, so I'm tempted to change what I'm doing. Like, my aim isn't, right, I'm going to make like tens of thousands of pounds from my colouring book. Like, it is just to have a bit of fun, but I would like to get my colouring book out there a little bit more, because I think it's a good book. Like, I actually think I've produced something quite good. So yeah, basically I've nearly finished this mandala and it's done. I hope you like my mandala. Let me know below. But thank you for joining me today. This is the mandala we coloured, and I hope to see you next time.